Well, the Lima Symphony Orchestra is getting ready for their big family concert on Sunday, and joining them are life-size puppets. They're going on a safari, and you need to join us. So today, to tell us more about the concert, to my immediate left, of course, Elizabeth Brown Ellis. She's the executive director of the Symphony Orchestra. Then we have Chad Hughes, and he is a board member and also the owner of these puppets. And then back there, she doesn't have a mic, but she's the ostrich. We have Alexa Noonan, and thanks for coming today, you guys.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you.
Okay, Elizabeth, I'm not starting with you this time. I'm going straight to Chad, okay?
Yes,
All right, Chad, so we've got these puppets. They're life-size. Tell us the story behind them.
Yeah, so the puppets are actually from South Africa. They were made in South Africa, shipped across the ocean on a boat. And then they arrived in Cleveland. So that's when I found them. They were part of the 150th celebration for the Cleveland Public Library. And the Borderlight Fringe Festival actually owned them, and there was a parade in Cleveland. Roger Titley, who created them, and his team in South Africa were there as well. So kind of learned how to move the puppets and practice with the puppets. And then during COVID, obviously things happened, and they didn't have the storage space at the library anymore, and they wanted to get rid of them. So they contacted me and asked me if I would be interested in purchasing the puppets and, you know, giving them a home here in America. So as far as I know, these are the only puppets in North America that are Roger's creations. He worked in film. I'm sure if you've watched any movies in the last 30 years, you've seen some of his work. But puppets like these ones were actually featured in the Rio Olympics opening ceremony, and then several times in the FIFA World Cup opening and closing ceremonies. So the fact that we in Lima have access to them is pretty cool.
It is very cool, and you know, they're so lifelike. I mean, you know, we've got the ostrich behind us, and then how the movement of these. I mean,
so the
it's
cheetahs run. I mean, and they run. They have to run. We also have a baby elephant, a mama elephant that are full life size. They're the size of elephants. A giraffe, a kudu, some birds, a couple more ostrich and cheetahs. So it's a whole safari that you're going to see on Sunday at the concert.
Wow. So Elizabeth, this must be very cool for the orchestra to have a safari on stage with them.
I don't think the players even know what to expect yet. They're going to be really surprised when they get to rehearsal and see these incredible creatures.
Well, it's a tradition for you to have a family-like concert, you know, where the parents and the grandparents and kids enjoy it, and this seems perfect. So tell us about the music that we'll hear with the, you know, safari. And
you know, it's going to be, it's a symphony, and so we are doing classical music, but it is, you know, it's short snippets of classical music, and so it will be very digestible for the kids, and it's actually being interwoven with a story that Andrew Crust, our music director, has written for the occasion. And so it's an original story about the you know, the animal kingdom, and about our kind of how humans interact with the animal world, and then with great music interspersed with it, and of course brought to life with these great puppets.
Right,
so it's going to be a lovely experience, I think.
So there must have been a lot of rehearsals. I mean, the symphony's rehearsing, but then you've got to have the animals understand. I mean, high school kids, or what are we using to help out with the safari?
Yeah, high school kids, actually students from the dance center. Karen Dorsey has actually has choreographed this, and they've had some rehearsals together with the animals and kind of just figuring out how to move them and how to work with them. And so they will bring this all together on Saturday for the very first time, that we'll have the musicians together and the animals together. So we'll have a rehearsal with, you know, everybody together on Sunday, and then bring it to life on Sunday afternoon for the kids.
Right, yeah. I mean, as she's moving the ostrich back there, I mean, it's so fascinating, you know? And so to see this all come alive must be really fun. Andrew's seen the animals too, the puppets too, right?
He's had just really an hour with them, and so he hasn't seen most of them together at all. He's only seen these two, and so I think when he gets to see the elephant and, you know, all of that, it's going to be quite a surprise for him too.
Yeah, Chad, as a board member, you really want to, you know, lift up the orchestra all the time. So were you excited to hear that they were playing the music, or did you say, hey, let's use our puppets? How did this all come together?
We've been talking about it for several years, and I mean, obviously it's as much as we can use the puppets, we want to use them. They're not going to last forever, so using them is what we want to do. And we finally fit it into a season where it made sense and used them, you know, for the family concert that's coming up. And we're just excited that they get to, you know, be featured.
Do you get to bring them out on any other occasions too?
Well, they've been out at Trick or Treat before, which caused quite a stir. And they've been used a couple times for other events in the community. But other than that, they stay tucked away because they take a lot of energy to, it takes a 20-foot U-Haul to transport them all. So,
wow.
Yeah.
So did you have to get lessons on how to move the puppets so you could help other people?
I did. When I went to Cleveland, I watched the puppeteers that were all there, and you know, they were professionals, so learning how they did it and then coming and teaching the people who use them for all the other events.
That's very fun. All right, so Elizabeth, tickets are only $10, so everybody can
$10,
fill up the
absolutely.
Civic Center this Sunday.
Yes, we want to keep it very affordable and very accessible, so bring your entire family and come support these great students and of course the symphony.
Yeah, exactly. 3 o'clock on Sunday. Thank you all for coming today.
Thank you.
Thanks so much.
All right, don't go away. The weather's next.